Hi, welcome to Hot Moms Dinner Club, our first episode, bin one, our first episode of our fabulous budget meal plans. These meal plans are to feed 4 people for 4 dinners for under $50, all right? So bin one, the first meal in bin one is going to be a baked chicken penne pasta with ricotta cheese, served with fresh spinach and mushroom salad and sourdough bread. Meal 2, tuna melts with potato chips and cucumber slices. Meal 3, a loaded chicken and pepperoni pizza. The pepperoni and chicken pizza also has spinach, mushrooms, ricotta cheese loaded with mozzarella, and cucumber slices and ranch dressing served alongside of that. And then our final meal is a cheesy broccoli and rice casserole topped with chicken breast, and that's also going to be served with a side salad and some sourdough bread. So let's get cooking, okay? I know you've been seeing these a lot at the supermarket, these jumbo packs of chicken breasts. So we're gonna start with that. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and fillet all of these. We're gonna take them in half. These are super thick breasts, so we're gonna take them in half, and we're going to cook enough tonight for our chicken pasta, the first meal, and we're also going to go ahead and cook some off for our pizza, okay? That way on pizza night, which is meal 3, you literally have like a 10-minute preparation, and then your pizzas go in and all they have to do is bake. Okay, so basically I'm just going to cut the chicken in half. I'm going to do this to all of them. Okay, so I cut all these in half so that they didn't take so long to cook. You don't want them to dry out by the time they get cooked through the middle. I have 4 pieces here reserved for my cheesy broccoli, chicken, and rice casserole. And then here I have enough here for the baked chicken penne pasta and the pizza. And then the rest of them is going to pop in the freezer. I don't need them. There was a little bit more in that package than I needed. These I'm going to season up with some oil, salt, and pepper and sear them off. Meanwhile, I have my water boiling for the pasta. Okay, so here we have our 8 cups of water coming up to a boil. I added some olive oil in there, and you want to add some salt and pepper in there. A good amount. You could actually even taste your water. Basically, whatever your water tastes like is the amount of salt you're going to give into the pasta. I'm putting in a half box of pasta here. Meanwhile, I have our pan getting really hot over here. I'm going to start searing off this chicken breast. I just, like I said, put some olive oil, some salt and pepper on that. We're going to sear all this off. We're going to cook it all the way through as well. You may have to do this in 2 batches. I don't know how big of a pan that you're going to have. If you can fit it all into one pan, that's fine too. Just make sure you don't overcrowd your pans. Okay, so our chicken is browning nicely. We just want to turn it over. We want to cook the other side of it as well. Whoops. When it's done cooking, I'm just going to take it off and let it cool on a clean cutting board so I can cut it up in a bit. And when your pasta is al dente, you want to get it down out of the water as quickly as possible. Just want to give it a quick rinse in cool water and let it cool down, okay? You don't want to let it sit submerged in water because you don't want to take all that salt out that you added into it. So just real quick, cold water, let it sit. We're almost ready for it. We're going to save our pan. We're going to use this to mix everything in to save a dish. Or if you want to do the vegetable option, you can saute them in here. Okay, so there is an optional vegetable option for this. I always add extra vegetables into my casseroles anytime I can. We have plenty of onions, celery, mushrooms, and spinach for this whole bin. So I'm also going to add some of these vegetables into our baked chicken penne pasta and our broccoli cheesy rice casserole, okay? We have our spaghetti sauce. You can use any kind that you'd like. We'll rinse the can out with a little bit of water. We're gonna put our chicken in there. Remember, we're gonna reserve some of this for the pizza. Next, in goes our pasta. You mix all this together. And then we're just gonna put our ricotta cheese in here by just little dollops, okay? We don't wanna break it up too much. We're just gonna loosely fold those in there and throw it into our casserole dish. Next, we're gonna sprinkle mozzarella cheese on the top. This one I'll kind of use that to smush that down in there. Also sprinkle some breadcrumbs on there as well. Now this will go in the oven and bake for about 25 minutes. Okay, so our bread for bin one. I just bought this loaf of Italian bread. It was only $1. I'm just gonna slice it up myself. You could buy whatever type of bread you would like, panna di casa, French, Italian, or the sourdough that we discussed. Just make sure that whatever you buy works for your tuna melt, because you need to get 8 slices out of this for your tuna melt, and then 4 each for your casseroles, okay? I'm gonna start making our salad here. I'm just gonna tear up some iceberg lettuce. All right, so while our casserole is finished up baking, we're just going to make that quick salad of iceberg lettuce, fresh spinach. You just wanna lightly pick that. Just get the stems off of there. And just sprinkle some fresh mushrooms on top of that as well. And then your salad's done. For the bread, you're just gonna drizzle some olive oil on there. Sprinkle some grated Parmesan cheese. Italian seasoning if you'd like. That'll go in the oven to bake while the casserole is finishing up cooking. You've got your salad ready to go here with some ranch dressing. All right, so our casserole just came out of the oven. Now we got our hot, crusty bread here. We're just gonna put that in this dish. We've got our fresh spinach, iceberg, mushroom salad, serving with ranch dressing, baked chicken penne, pasta, beautiful casserole with the sourdough bread or whichever bread you prefer to purchase. This is meal one on bin one. Our next meal on bin one are tuna melts with potato chips and cucumber slices. I've just taken normal canned tuna here, smushed out as much of the liquid as possible. You want your tuna to be nice and dry when you put it in so it soaks up all the flavor that you're gonna add into it. Got our mayonnaise in here. You're just gonna do a little bit of red onion, a little bit of celery, we got our Dijon mustard, and some sweet pickle relish, and just a touch of salt and pepper. You don't want to go too crazy on the salt and pepper. Mix that up and give it a taste. Now to make our tuna melts, I've just got some softened butter here. I am just going to spread the bottom side of the bread, put it face down. So you would actually be making 4 sandwiches here. I'm just gonna whip up a couple and we'll move on. Next, we're gonna sprinkle some cheese. I'm gonna just put a scoop of tuna salad. I'm gonna pop those in the oven, face up just like this. And after about 7 minutes, we're gonna close them up and turn them over. All right, so halfway through the cooking time, we're gonna assemble the sandwiches. Whoa. We're going to turn them over. This way they can brown evenly on both sides. I love to bake them. I think it just makes it seem so much easier than trying to brown them in a pan. While those finish cooking, we're going to slice up our cucumber slices. All right, so meal 2, tuna melts. Just serve it with some cucumber slices and just a handful of, chips. And that's a nice, quick, easy meal. Tuna melts. Meal 3 in bin 1 is pizza. So I have these nifty little pizza bakers here. You don't have to use anything like this if you don't have it. In here I have pre-made pizza crust, 2 to a pack, okay? All you gotta do is just open these up, start putting all your toppings on. Meal 3 on bin 1, loaded chicken, pepperoni, spinach, mushroom, ricotta cheese, anything else you want to throw on it, pizza. So, does your family like pizza? My family loves pizza, so I can never go wrong with pizzas. I love the fact that you can buy the pre-made doughs ready to go here. All you gotta do is just pop them out, put them on. So first of all, I'm going to julienne some of the spinach. I've just been layering the leaves in here like this, and then I'm just kind of roll them like this. Just do a little julienne on that, nice and quick, doesn't have to be beautiful. And just layer some store-bought pizza sauce on here. And you just want to spread it out within about 1 inch of the border. All right, once you get your pizza sauce spread out, you can go ahead and do both pizzas at the same time if you like. I'm just going to do one right now real quick. So we have our chicken. This is our chicken that we cooked whenever we were cooking meal 1 when we were making that pasta bake. So we're going to sprinkle some of the chicken on here. And I've got some pepperoni. I'm just going to layer the pepperoni on here. Sprinkle a little of the fresh spinach and some of the mushrooms. We've got our mozzarella cheese. We're going to put a little bit of that down. Then we'll put some dollops of the ricotta on. All right, now that's a pizza. All right, that's going in the oven at 425. Now we have our pizza coming out of the oven. Oh, look at that. So, meal 4 on bin 1, cheesy broccoli, chicken, and rice casserole. So the first thing I did, I started by cooking my rice. So I've got my rice pre-cooked. Now I'm going to start searing off my chicken breast. I'm going to get these in a super hot pan. Again, I've just seasoned them lightly with oil, salt, and pepper. I'm going to sear them on both sides. These don't have to be completely cooked because they are going to bake for a while in the oven. All right, so while my chicken is finishing cooking, I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of my items all mixed together. Okay, so I did the same thing with the vegetables that I did in the first casserole in this meal bin. I sauteed the vegetables that we had. So anytime you can add extra vegetables in, do it. Adds vitamins and minerals, okay? Also keeps your kids, expecting vegetables here and there. Gonna add in our canned soup mixes. Next in goes our frozen broccoli and our milk. Mix all this together. Pour down into our casserole. Lay our chicken on the top. Some nice cheesiness all around. We'll sprinkle some breadcrumbs on. And we're gonna layer it with an aluminum foil, and then we'll take the covering off of it the last 10 minutes of its baking time to brown the top, okay? But keeping it covered in the beginning will keep it nice and moist, and to make sure your chicken gets cooked all the way through in there, okay? I'm gonna smush it down in there. We'll get that covered and we'll get it in the oven. All right, so as I mentioned, you want to uncover this casserole and then you want to put it back in for about 10 more minutes to brown. Now, while your casserole is browning, you're going to want to make some more bread. Take a couple more slices of the bread, drizzle with the olive oil, Parmesan Italian seasoning, and have it just toasted off in the oven for about 7 minutes. And then you can also make another salad with the fresh spinach, iceberg lettuce, whatever you have left over, mushroom slices if you have some left over, diced up some cucumber. If you have any other, cheese or vegetables left in your fridge, or any tomato or carrot or anything like that hanging around, go ahead and feel free to add that in as well. All right, so great. Thank you so much for joining me for Bin 1 on Hot Moms Dinner Club. Our budget meal plans will have you saving money and utilizing all your ingredients with very little waste. So first of all, we had our baked chicken and penne pasta served with our toasted bread and our fresh salad, fresh spinach, mushrooms, iceberg lettuce. Meal 2, those were the tuna melts. The tuna melts with cucumber slices and potato chips. Meal 3, the loaded chicken and pepperoni pizzas, 2 pizzas. Serve them with some raw vegetables with ranch dressing. And then we also had our cheesy broccoli, chicken, and rice casserole. And that's served with the same bread that we used for the other 2 meals. And then a salad as well of any vegetables that you happen to have left over. So again, thank you so much for joining me. Hot Moms Dinner Club.